All right, this is gonna be a Miata update part 2. There's one big thing I did not video yesterday because it's 5 in the morning. I finally talked the guy into meeting up with me, so I jumped on it. I knew I was gonna have to put new tires on these, and I was cleaning them up really good, and they turned out fine, but I didn't want to spend $400 on tires for stock wheels, so I went ahead and stepped it up a little bit. The wheels look great. They're 17 by, I think, 9.5, I'm pretty sure. Or 10, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's 9.5, but yeah, they look great. They were pretty dirty when I picked them up, but they cleaned up really nice. It's legitly sitting like a dump truck. A lifted truck in the back, but looks pretty good. I love what the wheels did to it. Just really kind of made it pop. But yep, new tires, new wheels are on it. I got the ignition upstairs. I'm probably gonna tackle that today, get that done. The only things I've done in the engine bay was started pressure washing, as you can see, and then stopped. The valve cover gasket is leaking like really fucking bad. All this oil down here, all through there, over the timing cover, I'm pretty sure, all of it's leaking, and it's nothing leaking from that point down. It's all the way from up here. So that's a good thing, but also a pain in the ass, because it's just a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna do the valve cover gasket, clean this whole thing off real good, and paint it a decent looking color. I'm not gonna be making the exhaust loud at all because I wanna be able to take this out and drift it all the time and not have any noise complaints. So we're gonna keep the stock exhaust on it for right now. All I'm gonna do is sand this up with some sandpaper, power wash all that shit off, and then probably hit it with heat paint. That'll probably be a couple days from now. But for right now, we're gonna go ahead and tackle the ignition because it looks like a stolen car. But I got one, came in the mail a couple days ago, and then thank God it came with this piece too, because I was starting it with a screwdriver, and as you can see, I broke it off. So glad this came with the ignition. So that's what we're going to be tackling today, getting all this done. And then also I'm waiting for my steering wheel to come in and my new shifter boot. And then after all that's done, then we're gonna tackle the head unit. But for right now, let's stay on one thing, Corey, and tackle this ignition. So let's get on it. All right, so this is my old ignition. There's nothing wrong with it, it was really clean, but I did not have the key with it. So to get a key made for this and my doors, it was gonna cost me over 200 bucks. Probably even close to 300. So I bought a new ignition with a key for only 90 bucks. And then I already had somebody make keys for the doors, and that was only 62 bucks. So better deal that way. Took a little bit longer, but better deal. Like I explained before, I broke this piece because I was starting it with a screwdriver. But I actually have a key to my car now. So we're gonna start it up. See what's happening. Hopefully we hear a buzz. We'll see. Okay. Remember, all this stuff still isn't hooked in. I'm making sure the ignition works. All right. Neutral, brake, clutch. I finally have a fucking key that starts my car. Thank God. What the hell is that noise? I hope that's the door noise. Yeah, we're gonna change that, but there's like this line leading into my exhaust that goes from my exhaust to the manifold. Someone please tell me what that is, because it's slightly smoking. It goes away after I drive it for a little bit, but it's smoking, and I don't want it to be like that. So it's a little fitting in there, as you can see. Maybe it might just be loose, I'm not sure. It's running with an actual key I'm going to button all this stuff up and then try to go on a ride along. We'll see. But finally has a key. About time. Old ignition. Open the trash can. Bye-bye. Now, I already picked up a new piece for up here, so I just took the broken one out, and it was really dirty behind here. So, got the cluster all cleaned up. This ignition is completely in place. It is not moving at all. Where's the key? Look at this monster key. Like, compared to my hand. Oh shit, where'd it go? Okay, we got it. Compared to my hand, that's a pretty big fucking key, but it's official. Let's get a view, let's get a spot. Oh, ta-da. Uh-oh, we got a problem. All right, you see that screw? I was missing that screw from right there. This little plastic piece that connects to the ignition. I was missing it and I couldn't find it, and I don't know why, because I usually make sure that I put all my bolts in a bag if I'm not putting it right back together, and I couldn't find it, and I replaced it with a different bolt, and that kind of sucks because the OEM bolt is right here, but this was stuck. Here, let me try to get an angle. This was stuck right in there, and I was able to get it out with this magnet, thank God. But that's why my blinker was staying on. But the ignition is done. I'm not putting this back in or the cover around here until my new steering wheel comes in. It's coming in a couple days. So the ignition is tight, is not going anywhere. Keys in. That's the door noise. Let's get rid of that. Let it focus. All right. Okay, my wipers are on, a bunch of crazy shit. Brake pedal, clutch. 600 bucks, runs like a champ. No lights on the dash at all. Like I said, besides the airbag one, and that's because I'm taking this off very soon and I unplugged it. But perfectly good running car, high oil pressure. Temps do stay low once it warms up. All around decent car. But the ignition is done. The next time you guys see me, hopefully we'll be putting all this shit back together and hopefully putting on a steering wheel. I basically just have a bunch of parts coming in, so I don't know what's gonna happen next. But I will see you guys in about a day or two. Yeah, seems about right. Work sucks and then you die. It's just the way it is. All right, just got off work. About 4 in the morning. Some parts came in. What? Got my hub, and I got my new steering wheel. And this thing does not feel cheap like I expected. It's actually pretty nice. But got all that. And now, sorry it's dark. Got the shed lights going though. But I'm about to take the stock steering wheel out, and then I will get back to you guys and really even see if that hub and steering wheel is even going to work, because it's just kind of hit or miss. So hopefully it does. But we're going to get removing this steering wheel, disconnect the battery, and then I'll get back to you guys. The sun is slowly starting to come out, but we got a lot of clouds. But I put some X's on the headlights because I thought it looked pretty neat. Let's get a shot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta love Miata in the morning. But the steering wheel actually worked. Let's not look at that yet. No steering wheel, new hub, old steering wheel. Airbag, definitely gonna put that to good use, if you know what I mean. But it was really easy to take this off. All it was 4 10mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the bolt on the inside, and that was a 21 millimeter. I used a can't see it, but it's a 7/8. The 7/8 will work. It's a little loose, but it didn't strip the bolt or anything. The only tools I needed for this was I used this to put it in between the steering wheel, and then I hit it with a rubber mallet on each side, like only 2 times, and it popped right out. So don't waste your time with a steering wheel puller unless you don't, I guess, have muscle or anything like that. But definitely worked out. And here is the finished product. Just the steering wheel, not the stuff around it. Boom. I like how deep it is. It really puts the steering wheel up here a lot more, but it turned out good. And the only thing I had to do to get this hub to fit was there's wires back here and a little plastic piece that stuck out about a fingertip, and I literally just busted it out with a hammer and put some tape over it and then ran the wires through the back. So the new steering wheel is installed. Since the steering wheel looks so good, and I was just gonna throw crappy Walmart seat covers on these seats. I got a guy that wants to come and buy these because they're the M edition and they got the speakers in the headrest and they still work. The speakers do, that is. This one's really ripped up underneath of here, but that seat's pretty good. Guy wants to come pick them up for like 200 bucks, and I was looking at new seats for this and the floor brackets down here, and they're only 260 bucks. So I'll really only be spending $60 to put brand new seats in this thing. So what is to come is the seats to come in. I might run now because I thought I ordered it, but I didn't. I'm gonna get a shifter boot and a new knob, and yeah, and the interior will really start cleaning up. I got a new dash piece right here that's in my truck over there, and then I'm waiting for the plastic cover down here, so I'm just gonna zip tie all this up for right now. But I still have the covers for these right here. Someone put a security thing on it, and I was basically breaking into the car when I first got it, and I kind of just mangled that out of there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off completely, ground those down a little bit with probably a soldering gun, to be honest, just to melt the plastic around it and smooth it out a little bit, and then see what I can do with it. But these are still all good pieces. This was the one that came in the car, and this piece is broken out, but I got a new one in the truck. So I'm going to end this little update right here. And like I said, I'm basically just waiting on parts to come in the mail. So pretty exciting, really starting to get thrown together quickly. Shut the trunk. It's really starting to look good. Well, to me that is. And to be honest, to anyone else, it doesn't really matter. But yep, I'm gonna end it here, and a bunch more updates and just upgrades in general to come really soon. So stay tuned for the next one. I appreciate you guys commenting and watching, especially with my CRV videos. I mean, the comments and the views are kind of a little ridiculous. Like, well, for me that is. I know bigger YouTubers, their views are crazy, but to me it really does mean a lot. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. All about that Miata right now.